Being written on a show was completely a surprise. I learned pretty much the same time everyone else did.
What was my immediate reaction? Surprise!
Ha! That was exactly the reaction.
Surprise, surprise!
Literally, that was the reaction. I went, ha! And then it all set in.
I thought, why, Ethan? I thought I had such potential. But wasn't in my hands.
I knew my character was going to die early when they asked me to come do the show. I knew I was only 3 episodes in, and I was going to die, but they didn't tell me how. When I read the script, I exclaimed a profane remark that I shan't repeat here.
The first time Michael left the show, he just left and he wasn't dead. So that was a little like, huh?
I had a really great time working on the show. I loved the cast and crew so much, and I was really sad to leave, honestly. I mean, I'm not going to pretend. I was sad to leave.
I was very sad, and because I loved Juliet so much. I also felt like there was so much unfinished business. I was really wanting to see what happened next, and they said there was nothing, and I thought, how can that be? B was not a foregone conclusion. B happened because I was, you know, kind of fired and stuff. Not fired, that's the word. That would mean that I did something evil, but no, that I was no longer relevant.
Leaving a place that I loved so dearly, and then leaving people, because these people become your family. You become so close to them. Matt Fox and I that was a really tough week. That was a tough week for both of us.
It was cold. Even though we're in Hawaii, they had sprinklers set up in the trees in order to produce the rain. My previous episode had been a fight with Jack in which Ethan won it, and in this one, obviously, Jack won, and we had to be very, very careful with the choreography because, you know, you're doing fight choreography. The footing was very dodgy, so we had to be very, very careful with that.
I just remember being really excited to have that moment that you see on film so often where somebody's, like, you know, talking and they're normal, and then they do. I mean, it was a bit better than that, but I hope, you know, but that moment where it's like they're and then the blood, and then they fall, and then there's a knife in their back.
It was intense. I mean, it was like a 2-page monologue of me basically telling my life story, my character story, whilst, you know, dying. So, but I loved it. I mean, that day on Lost is one of my favourite days I've ever had at work in my entire career. You know, I mean, you could have heard a pin drop in the jungle. It was really quiet, and we just got through it, and working with Jeremy Davies was amazing, and it was yummy. It was really great.
It was the second time I was saying goodbye to the crew. It was the second time I was like, okay, I'll never see you again, or maybe I will, I don't know. So it was weird. And then we had a sort of moment with Jack's dad. And I was like, because we'd seen each other throughout the many years, but never worked together. And so, you know, I look at him and the ship blows up. And I always want to go, hey, who the hell are you? And then but it didn't work on, you know, network television. It's something weird. I don't know.
Death by time travel is, it's unique, you know. I was happy with it. I was happy with the way I died.
I thought that Rousseau needed more. Somehow I would have loved for her to have you know, a big dying scene.
I'm not demeaning the story and the value of it and what it meant for Locke and the rest of the show, but it did. I wish I would have gone out in some sort of like explosion or something.
You know, if you have to go, if you get to go the way everybody remembers, and everybody does remember, not a day goes by that somebody doesn't say, boom, kaboom!
Big fireball, something big, and something for everyone to see for a second. Preferably at night, so it'd be like fireworks. You know what I mean? It'd be pretty.
If I could choose any way for Libby to die, I liked her being shot. It would have been dramatic, like if she got pushed off a mountain, or and then that would have been interesting. Something really unexpected, like I don't know, a shark ate her or something.
One thing I always wanted to do was be chased by Smokey. I was never chased by him, so I think being chased by him and, you know, being engulfed and eaten by Smokey would have been a pretty hot way to die.
I would have Ethan die by saving everyone on the island. It's kind of a redemptive measure, you know, something very mild, believable. Throw himself on the bomb, get in the water and swim and push the island back to the reality, something like that.